Hey guys, this is Odd One Gaming. This is going to be another King Arthur Legends Rise video. In today's video, I'm gonna show you something that is gonna blow your mind, or at least, you know what, it blew my mind that I actually managed to do this. What I'm talking about is tackling the Master of Death from the Steel Temple, right? This one that can give a skill, hero skill level up. And I managed to get to stage 10, right? So just to explain a little bit on this, why I'm saying, you know, it blew my mind that I managed to do this, it's because I've been fully free to play, right? I started playing during the early access, and I'm currently on day 15, right? From that day. So pretty much I have 1 month and 2 weeks since I started playing. Now, I have not spent $1 single in this game, right? Not $1 single. I think, is there a way I can show you? I think there was one that like kind of gave you stuff like if you spent, but you know, there should be some stuff. It just pretty much I've never spent, right? Like I have not bought absolutely anything since I started playing. Fully free to play, just manage my resources and all that. But I managed to get myself to stage 10. Now, what I'm gonna show you, obviously, it's gonna be a little bit of luck, at least when it comes to 1 or 2 heroes to get in here. But you know what? There's replacements. I'm gonna walk you through and explain to you like what you can do better, what you can change, and all that. And yeah, it's also gonna be some speeds in there, some gear. I'm just gonna show you everything. But pretty much this is my team, right? So Gillian, which is actually, you know what? She's amazing because she's the one that helps me deal with some of the abnormal statuses. She brings a little bit of healing and pushing my attack gauge and pushing back the boss's attack gauge where it's allowed. Then I have Bedivere, which, you know what, he's the one I invested heavily into. He's one of my few. I think I only have 2 6-stars, or maybe only 1. He's one of the ones that have 6-star as a hero because he's amazing. It cost me a lot of farming, I'm not gonna lie. Then we have Morgan, and then we have Sarah in this team, right? So good combination of heroes. Bedivere is just straight up the damage dealer, and I guess you don't need to have Bedivere, but Bedivere is gonna be pretty much your best damage dealer that you have available. If you have Iveret and she works better, then try with that. With Gillian, again, if you don't have Gillian, but you have somebody like a Guinevere, you can use Guinevere. Bodwin could help as well. Just, you know, you need to make sure that your Sarah, whoever's your healer over here, is going to be pretty strong. And then Morgan. Now, the reason why this one was made so easy, and the reason and how I got here is I was pretty much doing stage 7, right? Just, you know, slowly doing it, clicking some stuff and whatnot. But from saving for those 6 weeks that I showed you, I managed to get my Morgan at C3, right? She is Chivalry 3, which pretty much completely changes the way you use her, and I've never pulled another copy of her. I only pulled 1 copy, which everybody gets for free, and then that's it. So what I did, every single one of the legendary memory stones that I got, I saved up, and I got her to C3. Now, why is that so important? Well, this is what happens. Changes Squall of Stone's activation condition to when attacking. Normally, that passive, this one over here, it says when using skill 1, right? So that's a massive difference. Instead of using skill 1, I'm only using skill 2. So because this one, I got lucky enough and I skilled it up to the max. You kind of want to do this if you can. It puts it down to a 2-turn cooldown, and it lands the defense decrease and damage taken increase for 2 turns. So this is kind of like one of the key things that helps this team work. Now, the way that I do this fight is pretty straightforward. I jump in and then I target this side, right? I target the left leg first, which I guess I missed it this time. Let me go again. I want to do it properly. But you obviously cannot damage the boss up until you take one of the legs down. So what you want to do when you go in, because you know what, you only have 5 fights a day, so you're going to be able to just click around. If it allows you to farm the highest stage, then it's 100% going to be worth it. So what I do is I start with this leg over here. You're going to see Bedivere comes and does some crazy damage in there. If you're lucky and get a passive to hit there as well, that's going to be even better. But at least in the first phase, it does help the fact that you can control the boss's attack gauge. So this one you should clear pretty fast. You can see I keep pushing it with I guess see some bad luck. I didn't even push it back with Morgan, but she can push it back. Then you have what's her name again, Gillian, that can push it back, and you just pretty much blast it, right? You blast it. This one just is massive, right? These 2 debuffs that are landed makes whoever's gonna be your damage dealer just, you know, I mean, look at the numbers. It just makes it so much easier to kill it. And that's kind of like, you know, first phase, It's not too important, not the craziest. You can pretty much blast it, kill it pretty fast as you see, and then that's it. Now, when I get to the second phase, I do a little bit of a different tactic just for the sake of survivability. And that is, I start focusing the tendrils first, right? So just because, you know what, I want to make sure I take as little damage as possible when things become dicey, I want to take the tendrils off so it's only the boss that does the damage. Now, one important reason why this one's good to do is because of the fact of the, in this first phase, when the boss does that charging up status, if you don't manage to take it down, which, it can happen, you can get unlucky and not take down that charging phase, he will one-shot you, he's gonna kill 1-2 people. However, if the tendrils are dead, he doesn't do as much damage, right? He does not do as much damage, so that will allow you to survive those hits, and then you're good to go. So this one over here, right? Let's say I don't have enough hits, I don't take it down, he's gonna just one-shot 2 of my people. But because I took down the tendrils, I'm able to even sustain one of those hits, right? That's what makes it amazing. Now, one thing you might have noticed, when the boss landed that stun, the confusion, all that, that's where Gillian comes in clutch for me, because she has that passive that every 3 or 4 turns, something like that, when somebody gets a abnormal status, she just cleanses them and heals them a little bit. So that's where, again, she comes in clutch, but you can have somebody like a Bodwin or a Guinevere in here to help with that. It's not going to be ideal, but it's going to help. Even Ain, if I remember correctly, even Ain has a skill in one of the forms that she cleanses those abnormal statuses, so she can work. Now, once we get to this phase, target the arm on this side, right? The reason why I want to kill that one is because if you kill it, the boss is going to get a new skill that will pretty much heal you, right? So when the boss is going to do that skill, you're going to see that instead of doing damage, he's going to heal you, and that's going to help you with survivability, because as you can see, we take some massive amounts of damage, right? The damage that we get is just obscene. So you want to kill this one as soon as possible, and there we go. This is going to be easier. Now, you could target the middle, but I still go for the left. Now, I think when he gets a turn, you're going to see. Watch that. Boom. See, he actually healed us. Instead of damaging us, he actually healed us. Now, I could go on the middle and target him, but you know what? I'm focusing the other arm as well, because after you kill that one, it's gonna land damage done decrease on the boss as well. So just for the sake of survivability, right? Because look at how much damage he does, right? He can do some obscene damage. If you get some bad RNG, it can fail. So I'm just killing the other one just to be sure that it works pretty well. And then from here on, I should not have any worry, right? I have enough healing from Sarah if I need it. I have a little bit of healing from my Gillian as well, to be able for me to finish this off without any issue. See, this is the debuff that I said, attack, minus 80% attack, which means he's just not gonna do as much damage to us, which should be just fine. Now, survive, and it's all gonna be down to killing him. Look at that, just 2000 damage, not too crazy. We did get some fears, they do land on us, but if it gets to the point where, you know, the boss pretty much has no more arms, no more tendrils, this shouldn't be an issue, right? Look at this, more healing from this one, and voila, 6 weeks and fully free to play with a little bit of luck, I guess, of pulling a Gillian and Bedivere. I pretty much did it, but I guess for the future, I'm going to try and test it out without using Gillian and Bedivere. Maybe I'm going to try and use Tristan and Bodwin for the sake of a video, just to see if I can make it relatable, right? Just to make it more relatable. But look at this. Pretty easy, stage 10 done, pretty good time as well, as you can see over here. And when you look at damage, obviously Bedivere, my main damage dealer, a little bit from Morgan, and the other one's just some healing. Now, let me quickly show you the skill orders that I'm using, because they do matter, right? They do matter. You wanna use it like this, so you kind of have enough vigor for when you need to use stuff, but they're pretty straightforward. So first of all, we're gonna have Sarah. She can do whatever, right? Sarah's full YOLO. Most of the time she does the skills properly. She does just A1 when you just have 1 people with OHP, which means she's gonna just boost vigor. Morgan, priority the second skill. Bedivere, second skill as well. He does the most damage with the Frost Relic on his second skill, and that's the best out of all 3 of his relics. The Frost second skill just hits like a truck, and you pretty much want him to crit. And then when it comes to Gillian, she always does the second skill, because again, this one brings some more healing. Third one helps you with nothing. You would prefer to have Frost Relic or other ones, but you know what? This one worked, and you know, why worry? If it works, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now let's have a look at the builds quickly that I have on the people. So let's start with Gillian. 3-star awaken level 60, some skill ups in the passives. Again, this is the one that you prefer to have skilled. It's a 4-turn cooldown, chance to trigger and remove all the abnormal statuses. Then if you look at her equipment, she's running vigor plus accuracy because you want to have some accuracy so that her passive that pushes back the attack gauge can help. But for the second phase, it doesn't do too much. It does help with the tendrils and the arms. But you can see total stats, nothing too crazy, not too crazy speed, decent HP and decent effect accuracy, and even have, look at this, 3 and 4-star gear, right? So it's not like, oh my god, I have obscene stuff, not even full keepsake over here, so there's place to improve. Then when it comes to relic, 5-star level 50, 4-star awakened, no skill up. Next one, we have Bedivere, right? Bedivere, I did invest heavily. I did get a few skill ups, as you can see, a couple over here, one over here, and then one over here, but you mostly care if you can skill this one, you're good to go, right? You're perfect. And then when we look at the relic levels, 6-star, level 56, 4-star ascended or awakened. Yeah, awakened. Then equipment, he's running attack and counter set. Mostly, I think it's all, yeah, mostly 5-star gear, a little bit of 4-star. I don't have like a full set over here, but it's like, look at this, hit accuracy, flat defense, and then this one was a nice banner that I bought from the Forge. It's a crit rate one, but his total stats are, you can see 3.7k attack, decent defense, honestly, because, well, I have defense percent over here that you're gonna prefer to have attack percentage. Just, I didn't have anything better yet, so that's why he has decent defense, decent attack, good HP, attack speed, a little bit on the lower side, but then he does have the crit rate and a little bit of crit damage. It's not ideal, there's a lot to improve, of course, like I mentioned. And then passives, you 100% want to have this one scaled up. If you're going to use Bedivere, don't level him up until you scale this one up to the max, or if you already did, reset him, skill up this one, then level up, then prefer to skill up this, and then move on to the next thing. But he's 66-star awakened, like I mentioned as well. He's and I got, you know, bad luck, I guess, or good luck to pull a copy of him, which pretty much gives his first passive a bit of a boost. Instead of ignoring 10% defense, he is going to ignore 20% of defense. It's not mandatory, right? It's not mandatory. He is not mandatory. You just, you know, whoever's your best damage dealer, that's what you bring. Next one's gonna be Morgan, 5-star awaken, level 60. You saw the passes that I have. You pretty much love this one to have it, and then this one's gonna help as well because pretty much this one, or if you start off with Knight, it helps because her first chivalry gives everybody damage dealt increase 1 for the rest of the battle, which means everybody's gonna do 20% more damage. That's gonna be huge. Then equipment, she's running speed and accuracy. She's you know, she's pretty well built. I focused her with my best speed and accuracy gear that I have. You can go speed or vigor if you have. Vigor would be better, but you want to have her over the 200 speed, right? And then again, effect accuracy 70% is kind of like the sweet spot. So, you know, just to have as an idea. But again, I still have a spot for the banner. I still have places I can improve on. But yeah, these are her total stats. Relics, 6-star, level 50, no awakenings yet, a couple of skill ups. This is the one that you'd prefer if you got lucky to skill up to the max to have a higher chance to push back the attack gauge. And then the last one is gonna be my Sarah, level 50, 5-star relic, 4-star awaken, no skill ups in this one. Then when we're looking at her levels, 4-star awaken, level 60, maxed out the passives, definitely helps to have the first one because it cleanses more debuffs. The second one is not really mandatory. When it comes to chivalry, I do have her chivalry too. Chivalry 1 is the one that you would prefer, so she has a lower cooldown on cleansing of those debuffs. And then equipment, she's running vigor plus life set. You can see again 4-star, even 3-star sets, you know, so a lot of space to improve, and I still managed to do it. But yeah, that pretty much covers it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this helps you to get an idea of how you can push yourself to get Master Death to the highest stage, because it's really important, right? It's really important because that's one of the dungeons that you have limited attempts a day. You only have 5, so you want to try and farm the highest stages possible. And then when you're done with this, you know, when you skilled up most of the hero passes that you care about, you're going to move over to doing this. And this one's a bit of a tricky one. I'm currently at 3. I still need to push it. But anyway, we're gonna leave it at this for today, guys. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you do enjoy my content, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel to see when I upload next, support me as a content creator using the link in the description or pinned comment, and I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care everyone. Bye, guys.
Fight with honor. Vanquish the wicked. and you may prove worthy of your legacy.